This is Musings and Counsel from London Baker Law with Debbie London Baker.
And I know people are trying to save money, but something that is as important as a will is that why would somebody want to do it themselves
I
and
think
not
it's simple.
retain your services?
Well, here's the thing. People will say, my will is very simple. I haven't had that happen yet.
Yeah.
But they think it is. They think, well, I'll just divide everything up amongst my children. And then the conversation starts with, well, one of your children has an alcohol problem. Do you want them to inherit money? Oh no. Or one of your children has credit problems, or do you want them to inherit money? Oh no. So it's rarely straightforward. I can't say I haven't had any that's like just cut and dry, but even so, I've learned you don't do it online because you don't know that you can't guarantee it will be Florida compliant. And I
Right.
learned recently about reviewing documents that people do themselves is that the best practice is really that an attorney not even review those because they weren't done by an attorney. And so if you give me documents that you did online and I say they're fine, to turn out they're not, somebody can sue me, and yours weren't even written in the first place by an attorney. But people do them. People do them sometimes. They need something quick and dirty. I mean, they're going out of the country and they need something. They want something in place, and they don't have time to call an attorney. I don't recommend it. I would rather somebody called one of the legal services that are staffed by attorneys and do it there very inexpensively than do it on the, and they are inexpensive and they're quality documents, than just download something from online and do it.
Debbie, I hear all the time about a living will, and I don't think a lot of people know what a living will is. Can you tell us, like, what don't they know or understand about a living will?
Most people who call me and say, well, they say, I need a living will. And I thought, okay, the living will is the document that you and Sophia probably have that, by the way, audience, I don't think she exists. She's just a figment of our imagination. But anyway, it's the document where you put down how you want your end of life handled. And people collapse that with the last will. They think it's the last will and testament, and it's not. So the living will is something that is useful for while you're living and you've reached a stage where a consulting physician and your physician determine there's no reasonable medical probability of recovery with an end stage condition, which could be like kidney failure, or a terminal condition, which could be stage 4 cancer, or the persistent vegetative state, which is the dementia patient who just doesn't have any cognitive ability anymore. And that's where you say, keep me alive, don't keep me alive, keep me alive under these circumstances, don't keep me alive under those circumstances. But they're not the same, and for some reason, people have them as if they're the same. So the last will and testament is for after you pass, and the living will is while you're still here, at least breathing, and you have made decisions about how you want those last days to be. And it's a good document to have. I've recommended this book before. I think our producer put it up last time, about Medicine in the 11th Hour by Sarita Puri, about palliative care, and that is all end of life. And you want those things in place for your family. You want to have those decisions made so you don't have spouses and children or whatever yelling and fighting with each other about, this is what we're going to do. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's book On Death and Dying, she talks in there about When somebody's dying, let them go. I mean, don't keep them around for you. Look at your motives. And certainly people will stay alive for seminal events. There's no doubt. They stay alive for weddings, and they stay alive for confirmations or bar mitzvahs. They stay alive for all sorts of things. But that's their will to live, not your unintentionally guilt tripping them into staying alive for you and suffering. I mean, I understand it. When my mother died, I begged her not to go, and she laughed at me. Did she laugh at me? I think she did. She said, "Deb, I'm dying," something like that. Okay. It was her kind of humor. But people they'll hang around, and that's, you really have to look. And if you need somebody to have a piece of paper that says, "No, we're not doing this, and I don't care what you say," and be willing to withstand the storm that comes from people you love and who love the person who's dying, who just don't want to see them go. I mean, most of us have probably had pets who died, and even, holy mackerel, a bird just flew into my window. Okay, I mean, hit the window. We have pets that we don't want to let go, and somebody has to step aside and say, they're suffering. They're not getting better.
Right.
They're not getting better. So, but that living will is about, you're still here, and how do you want to go? And the last will and testament is about, you're no longer here, and how do you want things handled?
This has been Musings and Counsel from London Baker Law. Learn more at londonbakerlaw.com. Thanks for listening.